Good morning. Take my headphones out. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope everyone's having a great morning. As you guys can see, I have not taken any trades at all. The market has been doing nothing. It's basically just been kind of consolidating in different areas and not being what I'm looking for. Right now, we are just getting out of the low impact news from 9 o'clock. That right there was the first reversal bar after 9 a.m. So I'm looking for one more reversal bar and then we'll start looking for trades. But we do have medium impact news coming at 9:15. So I do have to stop trading again at 9:10 and we'll have to wait again. So maybe after news, we'll see some movement. I do have to keep in mind no divergence trades today. Well, I could take the alternate divergence, but not the regular divergence since it is Friday. And that's really it. Good morning, Janelle. Good morning, Amelia. How are you guys? How goes it? My plan today after I'm done trading is to do a little workout. I have not worked out in a couple weeks because honestly, I don't know, my mood has just been off with personal stuff that I had going on like 2 weeks ago. And then also the market being crap last week and this week. I just ain't want to be bothered. But I do want to get off and work out and then shower and just relax for the rest of the day. I might leave a little bit later. My cousin is actually moving tomorrow, so I might go over there a little bit later to help to pack more stuff and see my babies because my babies were asking about me. My mom went over there the last 2 days in a row, and the day before yesterday the baby was like, I want to get in KeAmber's car, but was pointing to my mom's car, and his mom was like, that's Keisha's car. He's like, no, KeAmber, basically saying I want to go to my KeAmber house, so I gotta go see my babies, even though I just saw them last weekend. But yeah, so might do that a little bit later. We'll see. We will see. Next week is all FOMC, all day, every day. Well, not quite, but gonna be a busy. I hope so. Trenches. Nah, we got beef. Cause what is this? I took a screenshot because I was waiting on you to get up in here. What this is? We calling you out early in the morning. What's up with this? You see the time? I'm looking you in your eyes. What's up? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Cause what's up? I'll be waiting for your response. I looked and I said, what is that? What's up? Yeah, Amelia. Busted and disgusted. Don't go quiet now, Mr. Trenches. Don't even do that. I'm waiting. But yeah, summer body loading. I lost like 17 pounds without changing anything. I eat very, very healthy anyway. And I fast every day. I've fasted for the last like 6 years. So that probably helped. But I stopped taking this supplement that was like a hormone balancer. But I started taking it before I stopped eating chicken. And of course, it helped out tremendously. So I just had this bright idea, like, stop taking it and see if your body can deal without. Because now that you no longer eat chicken and eggs and you're not having this hormonal imbalance, maybe you don't need the supplements anymore. And immediately lost like 17 pounds in a month and a half without changing anything. So I've gained a little bit of it back, like maybe about 5 pounds or so, because I was down to like 165, which is pretty small. I'm used to being smaller, but as a grown woman, I don't want to be that. So I'm 5'10". 165 is a little small for me. Like 170, maybe a max of 175 is cool for me. So now I've gained 5 pounds of it back, and I just want to start working out again. Okay. Trenches, you better not be lying to me. Let me see. Will it do it? Did it show on the screen when you did it? Or is my alerts messed up? Because normally if I click this one little button, it'll like redo it. But I don't know, maybe not. Yeah, it's supposed to redo it. Unless this, because this is OBS, I prefer Streamlabs. But Streamlabs, for whatever reason, makes my NinjaTrader crash. Because I tried to use Streamlabs, I think the first time that I ever streamed, maybe this, I feel like the first time I ever streamed. And at first I didn't realize what was causing the issue. All right, I have to sit out again since a medium impact news event is coming in 5 minutes. So I got to sit out for like 7 minutes. So we'll just be talking. But yeah, the second time that I tried to stream, it happened again. And then that's when I realized it was Streamlabs. But it's really weird because it's not like my RAM was overloaded or anything. I have no idea why it made it crash. But at that time, I think I asked either Nutty or Alpine what they were using, and they said OBS. So that's why I switched to OBS. I actually don't like OBS at all. I prefer Streamlabs because on Streamlabs, there's like a little button that you can push, and I can see it on here where you can basically like reset something, or you could like redo the alert. So I'm clicking the button, but it's not working. But I know on Streamlabs it does work because that's what I do on my gaming streams. Now my gaming stream alerts are a little ratchet. I ain't gonna lie. But it's because of what my name is. So it kind of coincides with the name, you know. But yeah, I will say I forgot to like. That's okay, Amelia. I be forgetting when I'm on people's streams too, if I'm being honest. I do. Oh yeah, so I did go ahead and cancel those accounts. I bought the one account, I feel like it was last night. Yeah. So I bought the first 50K to replace it last night, and then I'll buy the one, the next one on the 25th. So I still don't know. I'm gonna see this weekend how I feel about starting the one that I bought this morning, starting it on Monday. I still don't know if I want to start it on Monday or if I just want to go ahead and do my usual wait a whole week. We'll kind of see how I feel about it, and we'll just kind of go from there. But at this point, I'm going to tell you guys my goal is to be able to request my first payout around my birthday next month, which my birthday is at the end of next month. So we got a little bit of time. So essentially, I need to pass the next account and have the 10 trade. Let me see what the 10 trading days would be. Let's see. I'll even go all the way until July 5th, since that's the payout window right after my birthday. That would still be a happy birthday for me. So that means that I need to start trading the accounts by the 17th. So a month. I got a month to pass the next account. So what I probably will do, since they are 50K accounts and I have the extra $1,000 in drawdown, I might just go ahead and start them on Monday, because even despite last week and this week, I still feel pretty confident about the strategy, and I feel like for the most part it's about as good as it's gonna get. I don't really feel like, I do have a couple of things from a couple of days ago that I still have not gone through. I'll just do it this weekend. The market wasn't moving enough for me to care about like defining those things yet, because it's like the likelihood of these things setting up for me to care about defining it is very low. So maybe, just maybe, I will get that done this weekend and just kind of go from there. We'll see. But it's only a couple of more things. Just basically defining which levels matter when I have a volume requirement of this or a level, or this with a level kind of thing. So we'll see. We'll see. But oh yeah, I still didn't even, let me stop being ghetto. I haven't even changed I keep forgetting to change my overlay. So since I have to sit out for another couple of minutes, I will do that. Except I first have to go look. 90%. When does the 90% off sale end? Look, I don't even be knowing. Oh, you guys are gonna make me watch a video to see. Great. All right, ends Monday night. So what's that point? All right, Monday night, May 20th. Okay, well, we'll just temporarily change this. %, 90%, May 20th. Oh, that's ghetto. All right. Download PNG. Current page. All right, that's done. Overlay. Okay. We're done advertising the wrong thing. Wall Street Trapper say he's coming to St. Louis this year. For real? I might have to look that up. I told you I need to go through his course. I've had it for so long and just not use it. I need to check that out. All right, so the speaker is speaking and it's doing nothing, but I'm gonna wait for 2 reversal bars and then I'll be good to go. Be good to go. All right, let me open up some streams because I haven't done that since probably last Monday. That's what happens when you're irritated. All right. Okay, all 5 people are streaming. Y'all, I wouldn't even say super irritated, but I was in that main chat on the Discord yesterday, like, why are y'all asking all of this? There was a 10-minute delay, or not delay, but you know, you can only write 1 message every 10 minutes yesterday in the main chat, and it did nothing. Those messages were coming in like wildfire. It was ridiculous. And then at one point, I was like one of the only mods at the time, so people were DMing me because everything was on a 10-minute cooldown. It was just ridiculous. I was like, all right, y'all, I gotta go, because what is this? I don't know. The enforcement of the rules, the new the promos, everything was just insane. Hey, where's Hamza going? Let's see. Mm-hmm. I think I got everybody. All right, cool. I can't believe you answered all those questions over and over again, baby. I was over it. Good morning, online safety. How are you this morning? Yeah, that was a hot mess. A hot mess. All right, we're trading around the major support level, so it's not really going to be much until we either break down or break above. Kind of in a zone I just don't really want to trade for real. So we'll just have to let this sit here and see what it does. And the crazy thing, Amelia, I was answering all those questions on my phone. That's why eventually I was like, wait, I'm done here. Because my little fingers were moving, okay? And I didn't feel like getting on my computer, so I just said I'm out. Oh, I need to finish catching up, actually. I legit have like 25 DMs right now. So I gotta catch up to everything. I really think, though, seriously, I'm probably gonna put out some videos about Apex rules and stuff. I won't be able to, like, if someone asks a question, post the link in the Discord because we don't allow self-promotion even from mods. But at least maybe if I just put a couple of videos out and I, SEO them and all the other stuff, that it can help people find them, and then they will stop asking some of these questions, because some of this stuff is just so basic. Like, I don't understand how people don't understand the 30% rule. It's math. And I know everybody might not be the best or the brightest when it comes to math, and that's why they put that one channel with the calculator so you could just put what your biggest day is and stuff like that. But it's like, why are we confused? Why are we confused about what flipping is? Now, I do understand that part of the confusion with flipping is that people say that flipping in a PA and an EVA. Okay, flipping is the same no matter what account you're in, but some people are calling what Apex deems a withdrawal strategy. They're calling that flipping, and those are two different things, right? Flipping is just in and out of a trade. Boom, the day is done. A withdrawal strategy is I used 5 contracts per trade to reach the profit, to reach the payout threshold in 5 trading days. So for the next 5 trading days, to satisfy this so that I can get a payout, I reduce to 1 contract. That's against the rules. That's a withdrawal strategy. And you have people that are like, well, am I not supposed to secure my profits? Well, you can, however, not in their accounts. You could do it in your personal account, but you can't do it with them. Like, that looks like gambling. That looks, yeah, you just can't do it. It's just that simple. Trade consistently and you won't have a problem. So if you know that on average you can have, let's say, 5 setups a day, try to, and you know what your typical win-loss ratio is, try to average that out for 8 trading days. That way you could flip 2 and just keep it moving. But yeah, it's just like little stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I've always told you guys, I think that the FAQ is poorly written. They have been fixing some of it, but it's just poorly written. I personally prefer clear and concise. And even if you have an ambiguous rule, that's fine. But I like FAQs that are clear and concise, because I can't lie. Like, sometimes by the time you read everything that they have, it's like, what did I come to this FAQ to read again? I'm confused. It's just too much. It's just too much. So I would like for them to rewrite some of this stuff. I don't know if they need to hire someone else to do it. I don't know. But some of the questions that we get in there is just insane, for real. Insane. Still talking about it in Nutty's chat. If you don't like it, don't buy Apex. It's legit that simple. Like, I had to, And I don't, to a certain extent, I don't like saying that in the Discord, but I do have to say every now and then, like, y'all, if you don't like, I'll say it like in a general sense. I won't say like go to another prop. I'll just say in a general sense, you guys, if you don't like the rules of any prop firm, you do understand you can go trade a personal account, right? Because no matter what prop firm you go to, there's going to be some rules that you don't like. It just is. Like, one of the reasons why I would never do Top Step, whichever prop firm it is where you have to have a $200 day for it to be a profitable day and you got to have 5 of them to request a payout or whatever that is. I'm not going to go to that prop firm. It's that simple. You don't like some rules? Don't do it. Why is this even a thing? I don't get it. I don't. The whole website needs a revamp. Yeah, I agree. I do like the new I like the new front page better than I like the other one. I will say that there's certain things about the website that I've told them, like, yo, some of these buttons in the menu shouldn't be taking them outside of anything. That's the whole purpose. Like, when you have a business, right, and you have a website, the last thing you ever want to do is take them outside of your website. Period. You just don't. So even with the, it's like the payout method thing. I had a couple of people last night in the Discord or yesterday in the Discord like, hey, I'm trying to change my payout method, but every time I click it, I'm taken to some FAQ. How do I change the payout method? Oh, there's a hyperlink button at the very, very, very bottom. And I get why they have it that way, because you're trying to tell them how to fill that out based on if it's personal, individual, if it's if you are registered as a business, if you are international versus USA. I get that. However, you're confusing when you take them outside to bring them back in, right? When all you have to do is just put the instructions at the top. Put it at the top of the form and just leave it there. But again, I get it, because you're trying to force them to read this before they go to fill out the payout method. I get that, but just put it at the top, because that's just unnecessary time wasted explaining to people. Yeah. Oh, it is Top Step. Yeah, I figured. I couldn't remember. I know that there's a lot of props out there, but I have not really looked at very many of them, just because I told you guys, I just feel like you can't beat Apex's pricing along with the 20 accounts and stuff. So for me, I'm just not interested until I have maxed out accounts with them. The most that I would do is probably get an account with another prop just so I can have something like a payday in between Apex's pay schedule. But even then, it would be difficult for me to do, because with NinjaTrader, you can't trade multiple Rhythmic connections. So if another company doesn't have Tradeovate, then I'm screwed. But then at the same time, because of the version of NinjaTrader that I'm using, I don't know if I can connect. I should be able to connect to Tradeovate and Rhythmic actually with the older version, because I can connect to my personal account. Well, not anymore. You can't use your personal account with 8.026, but before they came out with 8.1, you actually could connect your personal to Rhythmic. So I should be able to do Tradeovate and Rhythmic as well, but that would be really my only hang up, honestly. But we'll see. That's way down the road. Good morning, Rio. How are you this morning? I want to know what some of the changed usernames. They must be bad if a mod changed it to no name. Yeah, some of them are bad. Like I've seen some like racial stuff. Sometimes they only change it because they're basically advertising their stuff in the name. So it'll be like KeAmber with a slash, and then it'll be whatever my business name is that clearly shows that I teach trading or have a course or something like that. So they'll take it out for that. What else have I seen? A lot. It's usually just inappropriate shit, but a lot of times it's really just people advertising in their name, though. Good morning, Applejacks. How are you this morning? Good morning. Good morning. How are we feeling about New York this morning? Because we didn't have any high impact news at 9. How you feeling? How you feeling? Y'all, I opened up all the, I was about to say, I opened up all them streams just for me to close my freaking Chrome. But I didn't. I didn't. Oh, nice. Alpine now shows how much he spent in eval and PA fees. That's dope. My channel is to share my journey and it is for entertainment purposes. He changed his layout. I haven't been in this stream in a couple of days. Well, probably since last week, really. I like the new layout. Very clean. Okay, where did Hamza go? Did he get off? Oh, no, he didn't. Wait a second. Oh, all of my lives are behind. All right, what are we doing here? Okay, so we got a break, so I could delete that zone down there. That's what I wanted to see. I really want to see us push above this pivot level. That's the middle pivot level, the yellow dots. I just want to see us kind of trade up here. Then I'll start feeling comfortable like getting into buys and everything. We'll see. Not too bad. The ad thing makes sense, yeah. Some people be doing too much in their names. You're watching 685.50. 685.50. So that's right before the session high. I'm gonna put a line up there. What happened to? Hold on, y'all. Oh, here we go. Oh, that actually does look different. Oh, that's why. Duh. Wait, why would open offset 8? That looks totally different actually. Oh, I have been looking at, so I think I told you guys a minute ago that one of my trading buddies, he started using uni Rinkos instead of Ninja Rinkos. And I have been thinking about looking at it, but I've just been doing other stuff, honestly. I wouldn't want to change anything with my strategy, but I wanted to see if Unirinkos would look any different than what I have right now. And so the settings, let me see something. Okay, I definitely don't like that. So let's go back to a 1 tick trend. Yeah, see, that chart looks completely different. is what I'm gonna do. Because I know I like the way I'm trading when it comes to volume and stuff like that. And I do love NinjaTrader, don't get me wrong. But because I know that there's different Rinko types, then I'm willing to look at other Rinko types. I still want to use the same settings for the most part though. But I'm just curious to see if the Unirinkos would be better, because I know that he used to trade Rinkos at one point as well. And then I remember that he went back to time-based candles, and now he's back to trading on Rinkos again, but this time obviously with Unirinkos. So I really wanted to see if I would like it. But so I'm just gonna kind of watch it. I'll just keep it open and kind of have it next to my chart that I'm already using now. Actually, yeah, let's do this. Let me close that and I'll just put it up here. Test Unirinko 1681 7 days. My charts might freeze again because I'm reloading it into a different window. NQ should head up by 20 points now. Meeting be blocking my prosperity haters. So online, you looking for a 20-point move up? Wait, you said that 4 minutes ago. All right, we already hit 10 points. Damn, how long you gonna stall for? But yeah, I'm gonna see how I like that Rinko type. I'll just watch it for the rest of the day. I might look, back test this past week with the settings to see if it makes any difference. Because anything that's gonna enhance what I'm already doing is fine, as long as I'm not having to change stuff. Because y'all know I'm not backtest. I ain't doing none of it. So I just want to be able to do the same thing I'm already doing. But I can tell that the Unirinkos kind of changes the reversals, where the reversals actually happen. Alright, so we'll just do this. We're literally an hour in and I still have not had any trades today, and I know for sure I haven't missed any or anything, so yeah, these reversals are kind of totally different. Okay, actually, hold on now. I'm not going to be able to keep. Okay, wait. Yeah, I can. I just got to take. I don't know what it is about the native volume up down indicator from NinjaTrader, but it already gives me like a lag on the chart that I use to enter. So I had it open on the Unirinko chart and the lag is just too significant for me. So my charts are going to freeze one more time because I just took it off. So it's going to reload everything. Thank you. I didn't take it. The setup was not part of my system. Got you. Or is it the Unirinkos that's making it lag? Why is it like this? Oh, it's still trying to catch up. Okay, no. Okay, wait. Maybe it caught back up now because I was about to close the Unirinko chart. I think it finally caught up. Okay, yeah, we're good now. I don't think I like the... Yeah, the Unirinko actually might be a dub. Because I don't know, there's this lag on there I don't really like. Like if I just do this on that chart, it lags. And that would cause a problem. All right, I'll keep it open. But if there's a lag when if I actually take a trade, then I'll just close that chart and I'll just look at it later. But I just want to kind of see how it's moving in conjunction with how the regular Rinkos are moving to see how I like that. All right, that wouldn't be valid, so we're good there. What it's looking like is on the Unirinko, anytime there's an outside bar like this, instead of this still being a smooth downtrend, on the Unirinko, it'll actually be a reversal up and come back down. Same thing as here. So like this outside bar right here with the wick created this little downtrend. Then we had another outside bar with the wick there, which is what created this little downswing or whatever. So that's the biggest difference that I see. And it's probably because of the settings that I have, because with Unirinkos, with NinjaTrader, there's only two settings. You have the brick size and the tick threshold. And then with Unirinkos, there are 3 settings. 3, right? Yeah. There's tick reversal, open offset, and tick trend. And I want to go to hate how bright certain websites are. It drives me insane. Hmm. 147, 181. Let's see. Based on my setups. Oh, wait. That's why. So with the 8 tick offset. But wait, I thought the brick size was 16. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play around with that because with the open offset being 8 ticks, that's why it's like that, because the actual brick size, the colored part, is not 16 ticks on this chart. Since the open offset, all right, wait, let me go back into so tick trend is the number of ticks to close the bar in the trend direction. Tick reversal is the number of ticks to close the bar in the reversal direction. And then open offset is the number of ticks offset to draw the artificial open. So the tick reverse. Oh, okay. So really, the tick reversal would need to be 32 in order for me to be using the same charts. That's what it is. Okay, so yeah, let me change this because this setting is cute in a slow market like right now, but that setting wouldn't work in, it's like me being on an 8-in-1 chart basically, which would move way too fast. So let me see this. 32, 16, 1. All right, so I don't want to use that because that's literally the exact setting is what I have right now. Stupid. Hunger. At least I can go home after lunch. You having an early day today? I don't really know. Oh wait, why do I keep doing that? Data series. The market just might not give me anything today. Anything. Wait, what did it say? Tick reversal. Number of ticks offset to draw the artificial open. That looks crazy. Why does this chart look like this? What if I do? I'm just over here playing with stuff. That might have froze my charts. Yeah, it did. All right, no more playing around. I just gotta reopen that. Something that I was thinking about, and I don't know, I might do that this weekend, was, and I did play around with it a couple of days ago. So, technically speaking, the King Ringos, which I believe is called something else by the person who actually created it, technically that Ringo type is the most accurate when it comes to like price action and stuff. This one, because when you think about it, all of these indicators, now most of the indicators are still going to paint the exact same, like the order flow, VWAP and stuff like that, but some of them will not paint the same, because this price action is totally different than this because of the artificial opens on the Ninja Ringos. So I was kind of playing around with settings, like I don't think it was yesterday, I feel like it was 2 or 3 days ago, because I wanted to see if I could have the same setup that I have right now but use this Rinko type. I'm not gonna lie, I hate looking at these Rinkos because it just looks crazy to me, but I know that it's more accurate technically. So I might play around this weekend to see if I can figure out the settings for the solar wind indicator that I use, because I think that's really the only one that really changes things, is that one. I could not figure out what setting to use though, so I kind of gave up if I'm being honest. But I want to see if I can like make my strategy a little bit more accurate by using that instead, but we'll see. All right, so right now I'm just waiting to see if we can pull back here. I think the level is like 667 or something. I want to see a pullback there for me to be able to attempt to get into a trade. 64 up, 64.6. But yeah, they had to make up for the prosperity blockade some way. Girl. All right, so we got the pullback. Oh, this is interesting. I don't know if I ever take trades at a weak level with this particular type of pullback. 741. Guess we're gonna have to see. At this point, just take the trade. You guys can see it's a weak level. I don't really know if I've taken any trades with a weak level with this alternate. So this is my alternate pullback because it started with a lower low instead of starting with a higher low. So I have really defined rules for weak levels with my regular pullbacks, but not with the alternate ones. So if it loses, it is what it is. These accounts are definitely probably going to be, you know, purposely failed for renewals in 2 weeks. I highly doubt I can bring them all the way back. So at this point, we'll just use it for experimentation. And we'll just leave it at that. probably will have to have some kind of super defined rules for weak levels with the alternate pullbacks, but it does not happen often, so I probably won't even have that much data for it, but we'll see. I'll write it down as something that I need to look at this weekend. At this point, it's just like, it's almost 10 o'clock. I'd rather just take a trade than not. Do y'all see my charts are frozen? Oh, you can't see it. My chart's frozen. And I don't think it's gonna come back, so all right. I don't know what that freeze was all about. Probably from me just playing around with all that different stuff. NinjaTrader is probably like, get off. I don't know why my charts froze like that. Oh gosh. Y'all want to know something? Oh wait. All right, I'm lying. I actually do have something written on my cheat sheet for weak levels. And that actually does meet the volume pattern that I'm looking for. However, I know for sure that weak levels don't paint very much with that alternate pullback. So it's probably like only set up a couple of times. So I just went ahead and wrote the rule, but the reality is I don't want to see a weak level with this type of pullback because we attempted to change trends here, right? Obviously, we broke the structure to create a lower low. So when we attempt to continue pushing up, I don't really want to see a weak level because now you're trying to redefine the trend into an uptrend. This shouldn't be weak. So I'll just have to look. I'm pretty sure there's very few examples, and I just went based off of what I had available in front of me at the time. And that's that. Let me turn my copier back on. So yeah, we're just going to experiment with the remaining $900 of this. And I wouldn't even say experiment. I'm just going to take every trade because why not? Psyching myself up to exercise when I get home. Do it, girl. Well, we're going to be exercising together. Well, I'm going to be done by then because I'm going to be done by 12. Especially since obviously I won't be journaling very much today. What's the zone composed of at the bottom? This zone right here. This is literally just so. Let me squeeze. So this market structure indicator paints this like down pressure line, right? So whenever we are getting close to basically changing trend bias, I draw a zone and I draw it based off of that level. And then I have a second level that basically acts the exact same way as this one. I just don't have it on that chart over there because too many too many indicators on multiple charts can cause some freezing sometimes. But basically, yeah. So that's my trend bias zone. So we attempted to change to an uptrend, but obviously it's having trouble because it's already back here, and we just changed over at like 9:30. So about 30 minutes ago. And it's already 10 o'clock. Oh my God. But yeah, every time I told you guys last Monday I had no expectations for last week, and I told you guys this Monday I had no expectations for this week either. Not any good expectations. But also, anytime we don't really change biases very often in a session, I know that there's nothing going on. So I started off in an uptrend bias. It changed to a downtrend bias at 8:30. We changed back to an uptrend bias at 9:30, and we've been in that same bias. So it's only changed twice. I'm used to like 6 to 10 changes in 2.5 hours, like minimum. So that lets me know that the volatility there is none. Basically. And yeah, at this point, really the only thing I care about with these particular accounts is that they at least last through next week, because, well, if I don't decide to start that other account on Monday, I just want them to last through next week, and that's really it. That's all I care about. With it only being $800 and $900 in drawdown left, I'm not trying to really bring the accounts back at all, but I am going to continue to just take every trade. Whatever happens, and that's just kind of it, you know. You're welcome. Gotta run and work my abs. I hate that I started doing this. I want to be lazy. I feel you. Oh wait, that's not gonna record my trades. There we go. All right, so see what this does. I want to be fit, but I also love cake. Well, if you intermittent fast, that might help. That's the one thing that I love about intermittent fasting, even though I do eat really, really healthy anyway, but I don't really have to. And I don't really have to worry about like a lot of what can go on with your health and stuff like that. Intermittent fasting, I'm telling you, I love it. At one point, I was thinking about doing alternate day fasting because but I wouldn't do it the way that I've seen people do it. I've seen people do it where, you know, they kind of do like an intermittent fasting one day, and then the next day they only eat one meal. And then the following day, you know, they eat in an 8-hour time frame. Then the next day they eat one meal. I don't really know if I could go that far. But I would probably do something like that, like every 3 days or something, because honestly, about twice a week, I don't really have much of an appetite. So it would kind of work out for me. I fast, but not on purpose. I just have weird eating patterns. I'm kind of the same way. Well, I had weird eating patterns because I always worked overnight. So you just naturally have really weird eating patterns with that anyway. But then when one of my best friends, he's the one who's like a health nut. So when he was, let's see, do I want to take this? I think I do. He's a health nut, and he started telling me about intermittent fasting, and I just was hooked from there, for real. I was hooked from there. All right, so bias will change again here. You know, another thing that's kind of screwed me during this time is, I told you guys at some point I needed to, put all of my trades and stuff into, oh, I forgot, no, I almost forgot, no divergence. I needed to put all of my trades into an Excel spreadsheet. I promise I'm going to start next week. I really need to do it because that would help me to identify the holes in my strategy a lot quicker. And maybe I'll just start with all of the data that I have since March 11th, but that's a lot. Like 2 months worth of data is a lot, but I might do it. I'll probably try to do like maybe a week per day until it's done. So it's going to take me like a week and some change. Maybe. I'm thinking about it. But that would definitely help me to identify where the issues could be. But at the same time, it's so easy just for me to go to a loss, look at all the components of the trade, and I know I can identify right away which component is the problem. But if I had my Excel spreadsheet, it would take me less time to review things because instead of me going through the different notebooks, writing down all the trades, trying to, find the different trades that meet that criteria, I would already have it in the Excel spreadsheet. I could just go to that particular column for that particular variable, extract that data, put it in its own little place, and just quickly see what the issue is. So I just need to, I wouldn't even call it being lazy. I just need to stop being lazy. No, just stop being irritated with the process and just get it done. Because as much as I'm like, all right, I'm okay with it prolonging the process, I'm kind of really not. I just don't feel like doing what I need to do. That's all. So I need to fix it. I do. You're smart with cake. Cake tastes good. One of my friends asked me if intermittent fast. I told her not on purpose. But it's really good for you. It helps to keep your blood sugar down, your blood pressure down, helps to regulate your digestive system. It helps with hormone regulation. It helps with so much. Because realistically speaking, your body is not supposed to be processing food and sugar all day. Like, you're literally overworking your organs all day, every day. It's not good. Not good at all. Where is the... Oh, it's there. That fill is gone. I tried, y'all. I tried. That would have been a nice win. Hey. Okay, I actually don't need that on there. So this is what the inside of those bars look like. Entry was placed here and it just skipped right on up, so I wasn't filled. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong freaking button. All right, I'm actually going to just so y'all can see when I'm not filled, why I'm not filled. I forgot I said I was going to do this a while ago. All right, so that'll at least show you inside the bars. Is the chart margin on this? No, it's not. Where is it? All right, there. That works. I'm now man or goaltender, just living in my own world back there. I actually built a spreadsheet layout for this stuff because I have illegible handwriting. My problem with my spreadsheet it's so like putting all of my trades into an Excel spreadsheet is such a meticulous process. Meticulous. And it's honestly why when I decided to switch to this Renko setting back in March, it's why I started the back test and I just said forget it. Like I finished the first day and a half of data and it took me hours, and I say yeah, we ain't doing this, because of course at that point I want to write down every single setup so that I can already have an idea of, you know, what volume patterns work, which ones don't, and things like that. And I was just over it after the first day and a half. So I was just like, all right, and we'll just build from there. It is what it is. Name your trades for each ATM strategy and you'll see which ones work in your trade performance. Top step rules, order flow charts. Are you the one who used to troll me months ago? So I don't need to do that. And the only reason why I don't is because I do have an online trade journal where it actually takes a screenshot of my charts on entry and exit and attaches it to the journal entry. Like I don't have to import, like I know with TradeZella and a lot of other ones you have to import. Mine is auto import. So the only thing that I really have to do is, because before I used to have a workspace open with the charts because it takes the screenshot, right? In order for it to take the screenshot and attach it to all of your follower accounts, you had to have a chart open with the follower accounts. But I kind of not that I got tired of it, but I didn't want the order flow VWAP because it's a very heavy indicator. I didn't want it open for all these different charts because realistically speaking, I wouldn't want that for 20 charts, you know? So now I just have it on the main one. So the only thing that I do is I do import the trades, you know, for the follower accounts. And then of course from there, like any other trade journal, I can just categorize the setups. I haven't done it in a couple of weeks, if I'm being honest with you, just because I haven't. But that was honestly the way that I was able to start noticing different patterns with different setups. Like, wait a second, I'm losing a little bit too much with this particular setup. So when I go into my trade journal right now, even though it's a couple of weeks behind, I'm able to see that in the process of me, you know, adjusting rules and things like that, realizing that different volume patterns is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something else. I've been able to mitigate like $12,000 or $14,000 worth of losses that I've taken thus far since March. So I have like a little process that helps me to narrow things down. But also because over time I have been losing less, like the only reason the numbers get crazy on hold on. Wait a minute. Yeah, so the only reason why the numbers can get crazy, like when I do the recap in the title or the thumbnail on the stream, is just because I'm copy trading. But realistically speaking, I'm not losing as much as I was a month ago or even 2 months ago. And so now, because I'm not having as many losses, when I do take losses, it's a lot easier for me to quickly identify, like, okay, we have a loss here. What does this look like and why? And is it something that we can mitigate in the future? Like I've said before, there are certain setups where I just know if it loses, it's cool. Like there's really nothing that I can do about it, period. It just is what it is. But then there's other strategies or setups that I have where I'm like, all right, this I know for sure I need to look at. So it just kind of really depends. 1470. All right, that almost looked how I wanted it to, but it didn't, and I wouldn't have gotten filled on it anyway, as you can see. But it didn't look how I wanted it to look. But yeah, can't believe y'all are writing stuff. I use the notes app on my phone, laptop. Listen, if I pulled out all my journals right now, you would think I was cuckoo. I have legit 6, 7, 8. I got like 9 trade journals over there, plus another 2. So I got like 11 just right here alone. 11. Oh, this song is gone now, actually. But yeah. But those 11 are like over the course of probably... I don't know, maybe like a year and a half or something. Because I'm pretty sure that I started journaling when I started attempting to put a scalping strategy together. But like I told you guys, even though I started like last January, I didn't really trade very much and really focus on trading until I closed my credit repair business down in August of last year. So I was already starting to put things together a little bit, and I was using Rincos. I was trading the Nasdaq sometimes, but I was mainly focused on gold, crude oil, ES, what else? The Russell, the Dow. I was focused on other stuff, but at this point, I don't really have a desire to trade anything else. So I just feel like when the Nasdaq's not moving, I know nothing else is really moving much. So what's the point? You know? So if I could just master what moves the most, I'll be fine. That's just my thought process. And are we gonna have enough to go? Yes, that's me. I knew it was you. I remember people like you. I'm less meticulous also, which helps. I could be a little bit loose. I just said, which trade journal is that? It's called Improve Your Trade. However, he's not taking any more customers. I was trying to get him a whole lot of customers like last summer, and everybody just kept saying, I can't sign up. And so I did see that he does indicators for, I think it's Trade Devils. So I ended up reaching out to their support like, hey, I've been trying to get in touch with the creator of Improve Your Trade. I saw on his website that he creates indicators for you guys. Can y'all get in touch with him? Because I got people trying to sign up for his trade journal and they can't sign up. And then they got back to me and said, yeah, he's basically done with that project And, you know, of course, those of us who are grandfathered in are grandfathered in, but he's more focused on his indicators with trade journal with trade devils. And I'm like, what? Yeah, so that broke my little heart. I ain't gonna lie. Are we gonna lose again? Come on. Hey. All right, so how much do we got left in these accounts? 800. And actually, so that is also not my favorite setup. And I'm pretty sure I only included it because there's not very many examples of it. But I feel like now at this point, right? And this is, again, my fault because I don't have my Excel spreadsheet together. But I feel like at this point, because I've been trading practically the same way for about 2 months now, of course, with adjustments being made over time, at this point, if I have certain setups that don't set up enough, I'm just going to can them. So that's what I'm going to spend this weekend doing. Like this setup, I don't have a problem with. However, I'm going to tell you why it wasn't my favorite. So the volume of this swing was more than this one. And we were rotating over my major level right here. I have no problem with the rotation over my major level. What I have a problem with is there being more volume in this this swing than that swing. That's why it's not my favorite. And I guarantee you, if I go back and I look at how many times that setup has happened in the last 2 months, probably only like 3. So stuff like that, I'm just ready to just can certain stuff, because if it doesn't set up enough anyway, why even trade it? Because by the time this is my thought process, by the time I get enough data to be able to fully quantify it, to know whether I want to trade it or not, what I want the volume to look like or not, it's going to be months from now if it only set up 4 times in 2 months. You get what I'm saying? So I just rather stick with the setups that I know happen often, and I just rather leave it at that. That's just my thought process with it, honestly. Same thing with the other trade that I lost. We only took 2. Same thing with this one, right? I know for sure I don't have very many examples of this alternate pullback happening at a weak level. I know for sure. So guess what we're just going to do? Can it? If there's a weak level with that kind of pullback, just don't take the trade. But I told you guys last week that weeks like last week and this week are where I learned the most, because what works when volatility is high as hell and I'm getting 10 to 15 trades a day is not the same thing that works when volume and volatility is low and I'm only getting 1 to 5 setups a day. So I would rather just, no matter whether volatility is high or low, I would just rather take the A+ setups that are going to set up the most, because that's the other thing that I could see in my trade journal. Like there's a little part where I can go into the analysis and see, okay, out of this many trades, this is how many goes to this setup. This is how many goes to this setup, right? The only problem with the journal is that there are certain things that I cannot be very specific on. So like I can't be specific on, all right, this is this particular setup, but you know, the volume looks like this in the swings or whatever. I can't be that meticulous with it, right? So that's where having to journal on paper, I still have to do to a certain extent. So, you know, with those two, knowing that they don't set up very often and knowing that I could just can those, I would basically just be in a 2-hour session with no setups or no trades, because this trade didn't fill me at all. So it's just little things like that. And that's why I said this weekend, I'm just going to go through and look to see, what do I have a lot of data with? What do I not have enough data with? If there's not enough data after 2 months, we're just not going to trade it, because we've had too many like weeks and days of pretty high volatility for me to have. a significant number of trades at this point to be able to quantify things, to be able to filter through data and stuff like that. So we'll just get rid of some stuff and we'll just kind of leave it there. But I'm especially going to look at all the losses since last Monday, since these were the two extremely slow weeks. Extremely. I'm trying to look at something real quick. But yeah. Does anybody here use TradeZella? I don't. I don't. So the only reason why I never signed up for TradeZella. So when I was looking for a trade journal, I was researching. I went to this one website and I saw like, you know, a list of like the top 5 trade journals, whatever. And of course, TradeZella was there. There was Trader View or something like that. There was a couple. The one that I use actually was not on any website that I saw, but I think it might have ended up showing up in the search, like as just SEO, just on the first page of Google. And so, of course, you know, when you're looking for different things, you're looking at prices and what does this entail, things like that. And, oh, that doesn't have to be that far. And one of the things that I did see was that with the one that I use, you get unlimited trades, you get unlimited accounts for $35 a month. So I was like, okay, let me look at that one. And then when I started looking at the features, and I'm like, oh, you take screenshots, you automatically import, you're cheaper than everyone else. I'm going with you. And even during the time where I wasn't really trading like that, something just told me, just do whatever you do, don't cancel that subscription. Whatever you do. And I'm glad that I didn't, because I wouldn't have been able to sign back up and I'd have been screwed. Let me see, I need to pull that down there. Yeah, the market is just kind of ass today, y'all. It is. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to focus on this week, is just going through and getting rid of things that just don't set up enough for me to care anymore. I've been telling you guys from the beginning, I don't care about being able to trade every single setup anyway. So I just rather identify what's going to be my A+ setups and go from there. And that's really it. Was I? Oh, here. Is it because? Probably. All right. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out why my journal is not loading properly. Hold on, man. Okay, there we go. Analysis, trade setup, there we go. I do need to make sure that I go in. I'll probably do it today after I work out. I'm going to go in and import all the trades that I'm behind on. go ahead and put those in, categorize those setups, and then that way I can kind of look at where we are at the moment with the different setups and go from there. But I know it's legit just the things that don't set up often. That's it. That's it. That's all. Regular. Inside. That's probably also one of the reasons why I got behind in my online trade journal, because whenever I go through, like, so let's say it's something that I'm reviewing that day, and I'm in my journal and I'm writing down all the different times that it's set up that exact same way. Once I identify like where the issue is with that setup, and I start, all right, well, now this is invalid, I go back through the trade journals for like when I journaled that particular day with those trades. I'll put a red X next to it and I'll put the date that I reviewed it, and I realized that that's not like an ideal setup for me anymore. But then the second part of that is going into the online trade journal to look for those trades and do the same thing. Just change the setup from whatever the initial setup was to invalid now. And for me, I do that because it helps me, again, to know how many losses and how much money I've mitigated with the losses by making the adjustments. So once I started realizing that there was more like minor adjustments that I needed to make, I just stopped importing the trades because I just didn't feel like doing that second step, really. But I'm going to work on that this weekend. I am. $35 a month is expensive. Ain't nobody doing that. It's the least expensive out of the other ones, though. I think TradeZella is like $49 a month. These people have no idea what they're talking about. From Nutty's chat, we don't want gamblers, but it's fine to put 27 minis on at one price. Just don't scale in. That would be gambling. Only put all 27 minis on at one price. Look, anybody who uses max contracts anyway, you're gambling, because you wouldn't. I get that there's a fine line between what you would do in a personal account and what you would do in a prop account, because that's the whole purpose of people using prop accounts. Don't get me wrong. But there's still certain things where it's like, come on now. What are we doing here? And, I get the people who add to losers because, let's say that you trade support and resistance zones. You might get in on the initial bounce, which you usually would never want to do. But either way, you might get in on the initial bounce because you're trying to get the early entry. Fine. You might it might go a little bit against you. It goes a little bit deeper into the zone. So you're like, all right, I'm going to get a second entry. Fine. But let's be honest here. The continuing to add to a losing trade does not make sense. You just seem like you are not accepting that you're wrong in your analysis. That's it. It's legit that simple. And if you can't accept that you're wrong, there's a problem. There's a problem with, I enter a sell right here. It starts going against me. I enter again right here. It starts going against me. So I enter again up here. And I keep doing it. Like, at some point, you just have to realize the sell is gone and it's now a buy. It's an uptrend now. And it's okay to be wrong. Just too many people allow their egos to get in the way of them reaching whatever level of success they want to reach in trading, because they don't want to be wrong. That's why most people go on tilt. They are upset that they are wrong. Listen, no matter how much the market will typically paint the same patterns over and over, those same patterns are typically not 100% accurate. I don't know anybody who has a 100% accurate strategy unless you TP for one tick every time you get in. That's about the only time I can think about that you could have 100% accuracy. That's it. So you just have to be okay with being wrong. There is nobody who can explain to me why you need to add more than one time to a losing trade. There is no way. Because most people who DCA, right, and you're adding into losers, you're doing so based off of structure. So you're usually going to add, so let's say you're getting into a sale. You're usually going to add your next contract in, not at a certain number of ticks or a certain number of points that you're negative. You're going to look to the left to the next zone of resistance and say, you know what, let's add here because we're hoping that this resistance is what pushes us down. So if you continue to add at the next resistance price, obviously structure is continuing to be broken. So at what point do you just say, okay, this is no longer a downtrend, it's an uptrend now? At what point? I really don't see why so many people are upset with how they're reacting to like enforcing this DCA rule. I don't get it. And then I saw somebody say, well, it just means that they want you to be perfect with your entries. Nobody said that. Nobody said that at all. But you also have to make it make sense. And what you're doing doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. Was using a custom Excel. Yeah. Oh, for your journaling. You probably were tired of that over and over again. They said scaling into winners is fine. Exactly. The boxes in Excel makes my head hurt. I need free space. I put my trade screenshots and then do my brain dump. Why can't I read brain dump? I feel you. I'm so used to Excel. My mom has been a financial analyst for practically my entire life. So I'm so used to watching her on Excel. And I remember when I was putting certain not cheat sheets, but certain little trade sheets together or whatever. I'm like, Mom, how do I do this? Like she knows how to, and I do too now, but I know how to like color code it to where if this is in a cell, then automatically color that cell red or automatically color it green or blue or whatever. I have drop downs. So me putting the drop downs in my Excel sheet helps with it being a little bit faster putting the sheets together, because instead of me having to type in like that the trade took profit, I could just click the drop down for TP or L for a loss or B for break even or, you know, things like that. So I've done things to make the process a little bit faster, but I still don't want to do it. I don't even want to talk about the things I did. What did you do? Evals are wheels off. I kind of want to try it for a month, but I'm not a fan of the price. What you think about it? A lot of people like TradeZilla though. Applejacks, I'm not gonna lie, they do. You passed it in 90 minutes. At some point it gotta pull back. That's how they be feeling. At some point it's gonna change or not, because I think I even made a comment in Discord yesterday where I was like, I said, let's be honest, most people who DCA, like, you're just gonna lose the account. That's what I said, something like that. Most of the time it's just gonna blow the account. So somebody replied to that comment and said, I'm gonna have to disagree with this, da 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 da. And it's like, what is there to disagree about? I didn't say every time you continue to add in DCA that you're gonna blow the account. I never said that. I said most of the time. I've literally watched people do it live. What? Just leave me alone. Yeah, anytime you know you're right, you're just gonna lose. Like, just be okay with the loss. Y'all see, I've taken hundreds of losses on the stream live in the last 5 months. I am okay with losing. It's okay. And I'm more okay with losing with my setups that happen so often that I just know, hey, this is just one of those trades. I wouldn't even say I get irritated, because I don't. I only just be like, ugh, with certain losses, because I already know I don't have data for it. I know I don't have a lot of data for this trade. So it losing is just like, whatever. It's annoying because those are my only 2 trades that I had today. 2 trades that I had today, the only 2, were setups that I know when I go and quantify this and put all these different examples in, there's not going to be very much. But that's why I said after today, we're just going to get rid of those, because I just feel like, let's see, how many? So since March 11th, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. At this point, I have 50 trading days worth of data. So if out of 50 trading days, you've only set up 5 times, you're gone. But I know like my regular, like just the traditional pullbacks, that sets up the most. The alternate pullbacks probably set up the second most. The third most is probably my favorite, which are the trades that set up where it's like I'm trying to get into the new trend, the new minor trend early. That sets up the third most, I know for sure. Actually, that probably sets up the second most. And then the alternate pullback is probably the third most. And then after that is divergence for the most part. So yeah, it's just certain stuff that I'm just going to get rid of, because I already got rid of the 1 bar pullback. Y'all saw that. I think it was earlier this week. I think I lost a trade and I was like, we just going to axe this. Or it might have been last week. Maybe it was Friday. I don't remember. But the 1 bar pullbacks don't even happen that much. So why do I give a damn? I don't. We're just going to get rid of it. It's no point. It's no point. You just got to know you'll have that on these big jobs. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, I can see like it'll tell me the setups, the win rates, the gross P&L, the net P&L, the profit factor. Like I can see all of that. I can also see what the winning streak and losing streaks of them are. So I'll be able to quickly, once I import all of that data, I'll be able to quickly see like, all right, I know I'm going to have to go back for like a couple of weeks, like just look at all of the times where I was reviewing things, and any trades that I deemed as like, this is invalid now, I know I'll have to go back into the trade journal to do that. So it's going to take me a couple of hours to do everything that I'm trying to do, but I do want to get caught up because I just want to go full force, steam ahead, starting next week. Like, I'm over it. I'm probably not going to get the Excel spreadsheet done. That's fine. But I at least want to do this part because it'll make me feel a whole lot better. A whole lot better. It's more convenient for me because I don't have to manually enter trades anymore. I just screenshot my trades and drag them to TradeZilla. I think it's worth it if you trade often. Just upload the CV file from the trading platform. Yeah. I think if I didn't have access to the trade journal that I have now, TradeZilla would definitely be my go-to. Like, I legit, if TradeZilla, no lie, if they started just attaching screenshots to trades and automatically importing, I would definitely switch, because I do like the interface of TradeZilla better. I do. But you just can't beat a lower price for unlimited accounts. Because I know, like with Nutty, for instance, with his PAs, he just grouped them all into like one. So he just puts it all under one account. I don't really like that. I like being able to see the different accounts, because there are times where, you know, the follower account does not enter exactly or exit exactly at the leader price. Or like, I've had times where one account takes profit, the other ones break even because I wasn't filled on them. So just different things like that. I like the way that I have my setup right now. I just don't really like the interface that much. That's all. That's it, and that's all. See this week. We got 15 minutes. I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick. Trade Zella summary looks so good. I love it. I'm not gonna lie. The market doesn't care about your strategy or opinion. Exactly. Yeah, Excel just stresses me out. It just does. I get tired of it. Give me something automatic because I don't want to deal with it no more. But yeah, you guys can see like when I go into a trade, it'll have the general data there, entry time, exit. So this is one of the, I think this is the first trade that I took. They have this place where you could put tags on it, but the only reason why I don't use that is because when I'm in the journal where I see all of the trades, I can't really see the metrics. So I could like put a tag of, I don't know, maybe the volume pattern that I saw or, you know, whatever. But I can't use that when I'm analyzing the data, which is why I don't use it, because then it's pointless. If I could do that, then that would be a whole different thing. So, but yeah, and then I have a place where I could do notes, and then it takes the screenshots on entry and exit. Sometimes I do go in there and I'm looking for something and I notice that, damn, the freaking screenshot is not there, but it's not very often that happens though. So and then there's also a place where you can go to sessions, see the entire month, and then it puts the trades in for that day. And this is the other reason why I stopped using the journal, because I think there was something wrong with it at some point, because I couldn't even go in there to journal for the day. Like I had to wait till the next day for it to pop up for whatever reason. I don't know, but obviously he fixed it because I'm able to go in now. But usually when I journal, this is kind of what I do. So I write down the biggest lessons, which at this point, because I'm, you know, still in the development / finalizing phase, if there's any like adjustments that I made. So like for this setup, don't take it if it looks like this, or if the setup looks like this is the volume pattern that you want to look for. Like we solidified a new rule, I'll put that there. And then I'll put how many wins, losses, break evens. TP before E means take profit before entry. So like one of the trades that I had earlier where I wasn't filled, that would go there. Then I'll put the best performing strategy, worst performing, what I did well today, what I did poorly today, how did the strategies perform, did I miss any trades that I should have taken, if so, how many, why did I miss it, what was the profit and loss that I missed out on, what the focus for tomorrow will be, which almost always I write in there execution, like just taking every trade, not making mistakes, that kind of thing. And then I do rate myself on the execution of trades, which is pretty easy to do because my chart trader does it, but there are times where I'll miss a trade and I'll try to still get into it, you know, so I'll do that. Sticking to the rules of the strategies, overall performance, how many errors I made, and then what the cost of those errors were. And that's how I typically would journal. It doesn't take me very long to do it. I just haven't been doing it. But yeah. All right, it looks like we're finally getting a breakdown, but I'll only be here for another 10 minutes, so who knows if I'll be able to take a trade. We'll see. But yeah, that's my little journal. Let's see, 700, 800. All right. If we don't push up off of this VWAP, which we just did, so now I can't take the trade. I was looking to get into the sale, but we pushed a little too far off the VWAP. I wanted it to kind of rotate on it. to see something real quick. Oh wait, no. $16, $20, $24, $28. All right, we got 5 minutes. I'm gonna call it early because I can already see where the market is right now. I'm not gonna be able to get a trade. So yeah, like I told you guys earlier, based on the 2 trades that I did take, they're probably gonna be X'd out. They don't set up enough, which means that I would just have a whole session with no trades, which lets me know how shitty the market is, because scalping and not having any trades in 2.5 hours, just, yeah. But anyway, all right, so let me show you guys the accounts. So I'm gonna go work out and shower and start getting this trade journal together. And knowing me, I probably skip working out and just get this together because this is so important to me. But all right, so this is where the accounts are. These are the only 2 accounts that I have left because the 2 25Ks are canceled. Still don't really know yet if I'm gonna start the new 50K that I bought this morning. I don't know if I'm gonna start that Monday or wait till the following Monday. I might just play it by ear and maybe I'll trade. No, because my OCD won't let me do that. I was gonna say maybe I'll wait and trade these 2 accounts only on Monday and then add in the other 50K on Tuesday, but my brain does not work that way. I can't do it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but that's where we are. So I got $700 left in one account, 800 in another. Neither one of these renew for like another 2 weeks, so or 3 weeks. 2 weeks. So I just need them to last 2 weeks. That's all I really care about. But yeah, so that's that. Oh man, hold on guys, before I go, we're gonna have to y'all, spammers are so annoying. That's all right. I know how to deal with that. But yeah, so we're just going to go into next week. I'm going to do what I need to do this weekend because I'm not going to allow myself to go another week without doing what I need to do. And we'll just kind of go from there. So I thank you guys for tuning in. I hope that you guys enjoyed the stream. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I'll see you guys bright and early Monday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.